What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to review the Cybersight Zenith heads-up display cycling glasses. Let's go ahead and open the box up, see what we have here. Nice case there. Go ahead and open it up. Very cool. Alright, as you see here on the bottom, we have a power button right here, and then this is going to be your USB-C charging port to be able to charge the glasses. Such a weird thing to say, charging your sunglasses. I'm going to hold the button down. It did flash red. I don't know if you can see that or not. It flashed red, so that tells us now the battery is actually dead, so we're going to charge this. So as you see, USB-C. Once you plug it in, you can see the light right there will flash green. So it's currently charging. Them out. And there you are. Very nice. All right, this has the charging port, charging cable, I should say. See it there. All right, this is a so this is the button here that you can actually put on your handlebars or other locations. There's a button to actually move through the settings on the glasses. That's pretty cool there. This looks like we have the bands here to be able to attach the button to the handlebars, similar to like a Garmin or other unit there. So what you do is put that around the bar and then tighten it there, and then you have a button you can reach. That's pretty cool. So you don't have to take your hands off the bars to adjust anything. This here's a CR 2032, so that's going to go inside here, the button to be able to use it. We do have the user manual here. Obviously goes through all the warnings and everything else that you should read through before using the glasses. Usually on the user manuals I'm like, I don't need to read it, but with this being electronic head unit and everything like that with the glasses, I will probably read all this. So I'll read it while it's charging. And then we have a, inside here you have a cleaning cloth to be able to wipe down the glasses to get any lint or anything else off of your glasses. So got the logo there, very nice. All right, so let's let it charge, and then when it comes back on, I'll show you the head unit. All right, so I charged it just a little bit. Let's see if it will actually turn on. Trying to get the focus here. You can see it just a little bit there. See if I can get the glasses to focus there. There, the camera's kind of hard to focus on. There it goes. It says please connect to the CS app, which I will do shortly to get it all connected and everything. You do have to focus on real close to you, almost like cross-eyed a little bit to see it. And then when you look off in the distance, then this becomes blurry. So as you can see in the camera here, you can see everything on the desk is blurry behind this. So as you see here, I'm going to focus on something else. And then it's made the green a little blurry, not too bad. But then I focus back down on it. And then you can see there it is not as blurry. And then you look off in the distance, it becomes a little blurry. So we've gone through, we downloaded the app, the Cybersight app here. You can see it's loading currently. And I don't have it on yet, but you can see where it says disconnected. All right, so what you do is obviously press the button, 3 seconds there. All right, should be connected. And then it'll actually right here, update. You can click here actually, put connect down below. There's a button there, connect. All right, it shows it is connected and it's good to go. If you see there the battery life, it says it only has 5%. So I do need to charge it more, obviously. And then from here you can actually add sensors. So you know, you see here that you can add your a power sensor, you can add a radar, all the different things here that you want to add. And then you also can connect the remote. So you have the remote there that you can put on your handlebars. Just click on it right there. I'm going to press on it once just to see if it will wake up. All right, now it's connected, as you see there. All right, so now it's connected, ready to go. Now this is actually, you can use Cybersight's app to do a whole ride and everything, kind of like your Garmin or Wahoo or whatever it may be. So you can actually use the phone as a standalone, and you can just use your phone to do the whole ride and everything. Put your phone in your jersey pocket and all the data will show up here. So you actually don't even have to have a head unit to use these glasses. And actually what I would say is that's probably the way that Cybersight should really advertise this, because you have way more options inside the app than you do on the Garmin. I'll explain that here in a minute. But so you can go to here and to the settings. You have all kinds of settings here. You can have the glasses always on. Obviously, that's going to take more battery life. The battery life is about 8 hours, so you do get plenty of battery life, you know, for a ride and everything. You can update your glasses. You can connect it to Strava. So let's say you press go here, you start your ride, and then once it finishes, it will automatically update it and send it to Strava. You know, if you're using GPS on your phone, obviously it's going to drain your phone battery. I have thought about actually getting an old phone and using it almost like my cycling computer. So that way, like, basically strip it clean from all the different apps that may run the battery down and just use the Cybersight on it. But anyways, this here will allow you to essentially change everything on the system. So you have the unit system here. You can change it from imperial, metric to imperial. And then another cool thing too is you can actually change the layout using this app, okay? You can't really do that using the Garmin. So just as a heads up too, you can it will connect to a Garmin. It will not connect to Wahoo or any of the other head units like Karoo or anything like that. So it's only compatible with Garmin as far as connecting to head units right now. Obviously that could change in the future. And it does connect to, like, obviously cell phones, iOS. It does like an Apple Watch. It'll connect to those. You can connect it to Garmin watches as well. So, like, you know, if you're a runner or something of that nature, you can connect it to those as well. So, you know, you can connect to other things, but you don't get the options that you do with this setup. Or with the app, I should say. Now we're back on the home page here. You can see, you see where it says standard right here. You can click on this and you can pick cycle sports or foot sports. Now you see the screen here. That's actually how it's going to look in the glasses here. So what's really cool is you can do a complete custom layout. So you can just turn it like this, and then you can grab things and move them around. Now you see this is like talking about navigation here. It talks about the turns. You can do turn navigation. This only works, once again, with the app, not necessarily with the Garmin. And then obviously over here you have the radar, so when a car's coming by, it will actually notify you there. And you can grab any of these things and move them wherever you want to on the screen. You can put them right in the middle of your sight and everything. I like them down at the bottom. So now the one thing I will mention is when you connect with the Garmin, you don't have this option to do this custom layout like this. Okay, so once again, that's why this app is really cool. If you do want to go to these glasses, I would almost lean towards replacing a Garmin, or let's say you don't have really a head unit you use yet, you're already just using cell phones. These glasses are basically replacing your head units in a way. All right, anyway, so we'll go through confirm layout here. All right, so it goes back to this, and it has some that are preset already, like dashboard. It changes it to that. You can see your power up here, you know, directions, all that stuff. So that's really cool. And then focus here, that's a different one. You can lay out however you want it. So, but yeah, and then also your ascent. So it shows all this great information here on the app. But once again, it's hard to get the Garmin to do this, and I'll show you here in just a second. So we'll go back here. So you can see where it's connected to these sensors. You can add different sensors that you want to here. I'm going to show you how you connect with a Garmin. Okay, so the Garmin has a few steps. Now, if you have a Garmin, you have to have the Garmin IQ app, you know, to be able to download the different Garmin apps. You can see my history. There's the data field. So Cybersight data field is what it's called. You click on this, you install it. What it does, it goes to your phone, and then when you connect your Garmin to your phone, it updates it and puts Cybersight as a data field in your Garmin. Okay, so so we already installed it. So that's what you do there. And then what you'll do is I'm going to go ahead and turn the glasses off again because they were connected to the phone. All right, so you're going to start up your Garmin. This is a 530, so it's an older one. You know, it's not the newer 540. I'm going to have a bunch of apps pop up here in just a second, phone connected, everything like that. So what I want to do is let's go to menu, just because I want to show you kind of what you have to do. Is my Garmin has the training profiles, you know. So so as far as mine, like, you know, you'll have to go down. Give me 1 second here. Go to settings. All right, you have activity profiles is what I was looking for. But yes, you click that. Obviously, you train, indoor race. Anyways, I think the newer ones, they don't have these anymore. But so go to train. What you're doing is just you want to get to the data screens. You can see data screens right here. Go down data screens. And I put it on screen 2. It doesn't matter which screen you put it on, but go down. I don't know why, but screen 2 showed up at the very end of my list here. So I'm clicking that. And, you know, as far as the data, the layout, you go down to layout. All right, and I have it laid out with 5 different rows there. That doesn't really matter. Press OK. But you can see here,
that I have Cybersight clicked as one or chosen as one. So that's what you want to do. You want to set Cybersight to be one of your choices on your data fields. And I'll show you an example here. I want to click this one to change this one. And what you'll do is you'll go down, and you have all these different choices here. And it should be one by itself, I believe. There it is. I should have just did that. So Connect IQ 1 of 10. Click that. Cybersight is the data field. Click that, and you see it just shows up there. Now you see now it says disconnect. That means that the glasses are currently disconnected from here. Obviously the glasses are not on. So we're going to go back to the main page like we're going to go for a ride. All right, so we press the start button here. You can see that that's my main page that I usually like to have all my data on. So I'll scroll down. And I'm going to get down here to this one, which shows the Cybersight. Once again, it shows disconnected. All right. Now, what you do is press the button, 3 seconds. All right. Now, what you should see now is it's going to connect here in just a second. All right. Yeah, I know my rear battery's low. All right. So there it is. So now it says connected. Now, what's going to happen is the data is going to be inside the glasses here. You can kind of see it right there. You see cadence, power, distance. Sometimes it's hard to get to focus on these, but heart rate, and all that is coming from the Garmin here, okay, which is really cool. Now, the one thing I'll say is, how you have all these different data points, and they're all at the bottom, which works really well. I do like that, but you can't really fine tune it like you could with the Cybersight app, and I'll show you here in just a second. So what we'll do is go to this Garmin IQ. All right, we'll go to settings. And what's kind of annoying about using this, you can see where it shows glasses data settings, okay? This is actually the data that's going to show up at the bottom of your glasses, all right? You see where it says 12, 4, 7, and 9, all right? I had no idea what number goes with which data, but I had to just kind of troubleshoot it, all right? It was like 2, 4, 7, 9 or something like that, and 2 was like, I don't know, elevation change, and I don't know. Anyways, so what's happened is 12 is, I think, cadence or power or something like that, but let's change that one. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to change it to, let's just do 2, because I can remember to change back and hit save. What that does is send to the glasses the data that's going to be there, okay? And now if you look at the glasses, all right, so as you see now, the second bar there, data, is average speed. Before it was power. So, when I changed from 12 to 2, it went from power to average speed. So there's no directions in the manual to tell you what data field you're going to. You have no clue, what's going on as far as that goes. Once you get it set up, though, it's kind of like you forget about it and you just start your ride and everything. But you still need your Garmin to see all the data, because obviously you're only going to get essentially these 4 data points as you're riding, 4 or 5 data points. So that's, as far as using the Garmin, it's not great. That's why I feel like this would probably be better as its own kind of head unit, so to speak. So it would replace your Garmin or Wahoo or something of that nature. So, but yeah, let's go for a ride with it. All right, so I'm about to go on a ride. I don't have the audio stuff set up, so hopefully you can hear me okay. Now the glasses are not on yet. So what I'm going to do here is let's go ahead and press the start button. All right, you can see this is what tells you if they're connected or not. So I'm going to press the button to the on the right hand side there of the glasses, on the glasses arm. All right, it just showed up here showing it's starting. All right, pulls it up, and then this should switch to connect, which means connected. So give it just a second. There it is, it's connected. So now the things that are showed up in my glasses are from my Garmin. All right, so there they are there. You can see the data. All right, and that's what will happen as you ride. You'll see all this data here, and it'll be a little bit below where your eyesight is to see the road. I'll try to capture it here in a bit on the road. All right, I want to try to show you what it looks like as you're looking through it through the road. All right, there you go. So you can see the numbers here and everything. They're blinking right now. That's not what's happening inside the glasses. It's just a solid green. But as you can see, like you're looking forward and you can see straight ahead very well. And then if you need to look down, you look down at the data that's down below. Obviously the power and cadence is not working right now because I'm not moving. But that gives you an idea of what it looks like as you're riding down the road. Now your eyes will look down at the numbers, and of course the background will blur a little bit, and then when you look up to see the road, the numbers will blur. So you won't see them both clear at the same time, but it's a whole lot better than looking down at a head unit. So, all right, here's another example. You can see how it would look if you're riding on this kind of gravel paved road. You know, it's out of the way, but if you need to look at it, you can. It's really cool. The radar works pretty well with it too. You can it actually pops up on the left hand side there. In the settings you can adjust that, so you can put the radar on the right side if you want to, or right in the middle if you wanted to. I don't know why you do that, but anyways, it does work really well. You know, it's always there, always on. You know, with the different settings, you can make it where it disappears after a few seconds, and then you have to press the button on the arm of the glasses to make it pop up again. Or if you have the remote on your handlebars, click the remote and it comes on. I prefer it to be on all the time, actually, because if it's on all the time, then I just glance at it when I want to. And you actually kind of forget about that it's there until you want to look at some data. So that's what's really cool about it as well. It is one of those things where obviously if you don't want something else to charge, it could be a pain to do that. But honestly, it's a really cool piece of tech there. It's not going to be for everybody because, you know, some people, obviously this is kind of like technology overload with electronic shifting, with the Garmin head units, with power meters, heart rates, all that stuff with the batteries. So if you're all about minimalism, you will not like this at all. But if you like to deal with tech stuff and really like to tinker with electronics, you will absolutely love this piece of tech. My guess is it's going to keep getting better and better in the future as well. All right, I'm going to try to see if I can get the radar captured here. You can see on the left-hand side there a little bit. It's kind of hard to capture with the camera. There it is right there. Now, as far as the glasses, they fit really well into this helmet. This is the MET Trenta, or Met Trenta, however you want to say that. Very solid, not coming out, you know. So it works really, really well, you know, fitting this helmet. Obviously, glasses are really helmet dependent as far as if they fit or not. So I would definitely test these before you do that because they ain't cheap. So
thank you guys so much for tuning in on this first short-term review of the glasses. I will be doing some mid-term reviews and long-term reviews on the glasses as well to see how they actually stand up to the weather and the elements and sweat over time. Also, I'll be trying the app out as a standalone feature where could it replace your actual head unit from Garmin or Wahoo or some of the other makers. So be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of those videos. Like this video, that helps me out tremendously. Also share it with any of your friends who may be interested in this type of tech. And we'll see you in the next video.